بحلول العام 2050 سيعيش ثلث سكان العالم في المدن. نظراً لضآلة الموارد المائية، يواجه العالم العربي أحد أكبر التحديات، إذ تؤكد منظمة الأمم المتحدة أن عدد سكان المدن العربية سيتضاعف في السنوات 40 المقبلة. تتوسع المدن بسرعة جنونية، لكن ذلك يحصل من دون أخذ التخطيط العمراني أو قابلية العيش بعين الاعتبار، فالجميع يركز على تلبية حاجات الحاضر بدل التحضير للمستقبل المزدحم. في هذا البرنامج يعمل المهندس العمراني بسام المناعي إلى جانب فريق من الباحثين لاكتشاف الطريقة المثالية لتخطيط المدن العربية.
احنا نمتلك المعرفة الكافية من خلال دراستنا لتراثنا وللحاضر. الخطوة الجاية هي توظيف هالمعرفة بالطريقة المناسبة.
نسافر حول العالم لنعرض عليكم العبر المميزة التي يمكن استخلاصها من أجدادنا والأساليب اللي اعتمدوها لتخطيط المدن وبنائها، ونكشف كيف يمكن لغياب التخطيط والبناء السليم أن يؤدي إلى تعطيل الحياة الاجتماعية. نلتقي بمصممين ومهندسين وفنانين يعملون على إعادة إنتاج المساحة التي نعيش فيها بهدف تلبية حاجات عالمنا المعاصر.
بداية ونهاية جولتنا راح تكون من هني، من مدينتي، مدينة الدوحة.
هذا الأسبوع سننظر إلى أهمية المجتمع في تحسين جودة الحياة والعوامل التي قد تساهم في منح المدينة المزيد من السعادة والصحة.
المدن الناجحة احنا لاحظنا أن هي تكون ذات مرافق عالية الجودة. المرافق عالية الجودة هذه تساهم في أن هي تجذب الناس للمدينة وتحبب الناس في المدينة، وبصفة هذه الأمور بتطور هذه الأمور طبعاً راح ينعم المجتمع بمستوى حياة عالي، وذلك يساهم في نجاحه وفي جعل هذه المدينة جذابة للآخرين.
على الرغم من ارتفاع إجمالي الناتج المحلي والتقدم التكنولوجي ونمط الحياة الأكثر ترفاً الذي يختبره القطريون اليوم، يسارع كبارنا إلى التأكيد على أن نوعية الحياة كانت أفضل في الماضي.
طبعاً علاقة المواطن القطري بالمدينة علاقة وثيقة. طبعاً احنا في قطر أغلبية السكان مثل ما احنا عارفين يقطنون المدن، وذلك احنا لاحظناه خاصة في ال40 أو 50 سنة الأخرى في حركة كبيرة تجاه المدن، وصارت كثير من اللي كانت قرى قبل الآن تعتبر مدن وتتحرك تجاه أن هي تكون مدن. فطبعاً الإنسان القطري المدينة بالنسبة له جزء مهم كثير.
مجتمعي جزء كبير من حياتي، لكن الحياة فرضت علينا التوزع في جميع أنحاء المدينة وحتى العالم في بعض الحالات. وفي هذا الأسبوع سنرى كيف يمكن لمساحاتنا المدنية أن تساهم في تعزيز حس الوحدة لدينا أو تقويضه. تتضمن لائحة أفضل 100 دولة من ناحية نوعية الحياة عدد صغير جداً من الدول العربية. ما هي العوامل التي تحدد نوعية الحياة؟ الأمان، الجريمة، الاتصال بالخارج، المناخ، نور الشمس، نوعية الهندسة، النقل العام، التسامح، البيئة، النفاذ إلى الطبيعة، التصميم المدني، الظروف التجارية، السياسة الاستباقية أم العناية الطبية؟ هناك جدل كبير حول العامل الأهم، لكن العائلة والعلاقات البشرية تحتل المركز الأول على معظم اللوائح فيما يتعلق بالمساحات المدنية التي يمكن أن تساهم في استحداث المجتمعات. فالناس الذين يعيشون في مجتمع قوي يكونون أكثر صحة وسعادة ولياقة وثراء، حتى أنهم يعيشون لمدة أطول من نظرائهم المعزولين عن المجتمع. كما أن وجود مجتمعات قوية يقلل من الاعتماد على الحكومة للحصول على الخدمات على أنواعها كالمستشفيات والنقل العام والمؤسسات الخيرية وحتى الشرطة، نظراً لتدني معدلات الجريمة بشكل كبير في المجتمعات القوية، بغض النظر عما إذا كانت المنطقة راقية أو فقيرة. في وسط مدينة قسطنطين الجزائرية ازدهرت المجتمعات العربية على مر السنين.
أولاً بين الماضي، لما نتكلم عن المجتمع في الماضي في القديم، قبل ما نتكلم عن المدينة، كانت القبيلة ومجموعة القبائل تشكلوا لنا ما يسمى بالمدينة عند الإغريق أو اليونان، إما نوصلوا لإسبرطا وأثينا من بعد. فهنا تشكل لنا هذه القبائل، وهذيك القبيلة بعد ما تزاد في تكاثر طبعا تشكل كما زاد التراث الثقافي، وبالتالي تتفرع هذا المجتمع، يزيد يقوى يكبر، يوجد عنده الابنه والحفاد، فكبرت القبيله، وبالتالي نحتاج الى قوانين وعلاقات جديده ونظم وقيم جديده تنظمنا كمجموعه، وبالتالي اصبحت مدينه.
الحياه الاجتماعيه والتضامنيه خاطر ورثناها من جدودنا، من صحابنا، من اللي كبار علينا، من المتقفين علينا، من جيراننا، من اصدقائنا، من الناس اللي شفناهم، خاطر الا كنت ربيت على حاجه تبقى فيك. في الممارسه تاعنا الفنيه الابداعيه هي يعني الفنان يعني هو عاطفي، انسان اللي يحب يمد اكثر باللي يمدوا له، يحب التضامن، يحب الشيء المليح، ما يحبش الحزن، يحب الفرحه. وبقات هذاك التقاليد حتى في مسرح قسنطينه. تصور في بعض الاحيان نعيشوا مع بعضنا شهرين 3 شهور في الجولات الفنيه من مدينه لمدينه، توصل لمدينه، تحط وتوجد كل الوسائل العروض، دير العرض، تشوف الجمهور. والمكسب الكبير، المكسب تاع الجمهور هي العلاقه الانسانيه اللي تربحها، بس هذاك هو الشيء اللي يبقى لك.
الانسان لا يمكن يعيش بمفرده. هنا نقولوا في علم النفس في حاجات، من بين هذه الحاجه الى الانتماء الى الجماعه. المجتمع القسنطيني نقول فيه تغيير، وطبعا فيه هذيك اللي كيبقى التضامن يبقى موجود بدرجه ما نقولش كما كان في السابق، لكن درجه تاع 55 حتى 60%.
مع نمو المدينة تحولت الأماكن العامة إلى شوارع مليئة بالعمارات والأماكن التجارية، فاليوم من الصعب للمجتمعات أن تلقى مكان لها.
صدقني لحد الآن كاين الناس اللي عرفتهم في 75 هما أعز الناس تاعي وأصدقائي وحبابي، ونتلاقى ونحكي ونحاولوا نغرسوا احنا ثاني هاد البذرة تاع الصدق والعلاقة الطيبة والتضامن. ولو درك يعني العلاقة عاد شوية صعيبة بالتطور الإلكتروني وما يخص الساتيليت والإنترنت والوايفون والتليفون إلى آخره، نقصت شوية العلاقة المباشرة.
يتم تصنيف كوبنهاغن في المراتب العشر الأولى على مؤشر نوعية الحياة.
In the history of Homo sapiens, of people, the whole evolution, the biological history, we are a walking animal. We are made for walking. All our senses are for walking. And all the old cities had this respect for the human body built into them. And all the new cities have forgotten all about it. And that's why people will never dream of staying in a number of new places around the world, while they flock to the old places because they were made for people, and the other places are made maybe for cars or for dinosaurs. There's an old Icelandic saga where you can find man's greatest joy is man. There's nothing more interesting than sitting and seeing mankind go by. Whatever you see, it's a constant source of inspiration and of interest. And the greatest attraction in cities are not automobiles, and it's not buildings, it's not funny towers which look like perfume bottles, whatever. People is the greatest attraction in cities. We are sitting here in Copenhagen. This is one of many streets which has popped up in the course of a number of years. People here started to say, hey, didn't we lose something? They started to push back the automobiles. That was a big success. And then they continued until now you can walk throughout the city center of Copenhagen in all directions. And every year the city has become more and more people-friendly. All the 18 squares in this city used to be parking lots. Now they are all for people. I will definitely say that Copenhagen is a reconquered city. It is one back from the automobiles. My life has sort of fallen in two phases. First, I was educated in the 50s in the School of Architecture, and I learned that high buildings, concrete buildings, modernistic buildings, and lots of automobile roads, that was just the thing to do to make mankind happy. So I rushed out of School of Architecture to do all these wonderful things. And then I married a psychologist, and the psychologist kept saying, why are you architects not interested in people? Isn't it time that you architects start to study how your architecture influence the life of people and the quality of life of people? That was a rapid wakening up for young architects. Just at that time, Copenhagen started to humanize part of the city, and we decided to use this as a laboratorium to find out how these new type of streets, how they influenced public life. I work quite a bit in Amman in Jordan, and also we are working quite a bit in Muscat in Oman. No high-rise in Muscat, because His Majesty the Sultan, he has this strong wish that he should remain possible to see his mountains. So they have prevented to blow the scale in the first place. Quality for the eye and for the people is important. It's very important that the view, the elements at eye level, that they are treated with respect and love, and that not all kinds of commercial signs and traffic signs and ugly furniture and whatever creeps in, because it should be a joy acoustically and visually and socially to walk through your city. The interesting thing is that if you look at holiday places, if you look at amusement park, if you look at Disneyland, the human scale is perfect, everything is organized, so it's very comfortable and very inviting and nice. So we know exactly what to do. The thing is to apply this also to ordinary city planning for ordinary people. That's what they are doing in one city after the other.
زرنا مدناً حققت نجاحاً باهراً في استحداث المجتمعات. بعد الإعلان سننظر في بعض الطرق البسيطة التي تمكننا من تحقيق هوية مدنية موحدة. في اسطنبول قامت مبادرة سولت باستحداث مجتمع عبر اعتماد مبنى مخصص للاستخدام المختلط ليس فقط للتسوق أو لتناول الطعام، إنه مزيج من عدة أمور.
SALT is a new kind of institution. It's an interdisciplinary institution, not particularly relating to any field. We have 3 buildings, and everything is based around research we do, and the research for us is both physical and virtual. People come here for different reasons. For the library, for the research space, because we probably have some of the best resources in particular fields. People see it as a refuge. People see it as a way of kind of almost disconnecting from the everyday havoc of Istanbul. I think institutions should have many purposes, purely physical needs to purely intellectual needs. And if you can have a good balance between all of these, I think you could be doing okay. SALT's purpose is to contribute to the discussion in Istanbul, in Turkey, perhaps in a big way, in terms of how we deal with the past, how we can relook at the past, how we can construct a different kind of future. It's an institution engaged in social issues. It's not only about art, architecture, or social and economic history, but it's at the crux of these. We have a massive database on the history of Istanbul of the last 10 years. Which is already online, so one can see that and see all aspects of Istanbul, not from east and west, north or south, or the Bosphorus and all of these cliché terms, but they can see a different kind of Istanbul through the database. So there are things like this that are already out there. I think each institution, if it has any worth in it, it should produce new reality. And with new reality, it should produce as well as its different sorts of communities. I would like to imagine a community which will, in turn, change the institution, take over the institution, perhaps. So that's the kind of community we would like to serve. I'd like to grow with the community. Istanbul right now, it's a big, growing, developing, mad city. It has forgotten about its 20th century and made a kind of a sharp move from 19th to 21st, which means it used to be an imperial city. It's almost like an imperial city again. But at the same time, it's lacking the very institutions that a big city, a center city should have. Very, very strong cultural institutions, for example. And that's why we're trying to come in and make a little change. If an institution is not engaging in one way or another with its potential publics, with its audiences, with its kind of communities, with its professionalized publics, then it will not have a very, very long life. So we learn from our mistakes, and that's what really institutions should do. They should be kind of living organisms rather than things on the hill.
We're going to talk about communities and how this place serves communities. Communities need to shop. They need to go to destinations. It becomes attractive for people to move here because of things like places like this.
Absolutely. I mean, in a way, something we mustn't forget. One of the most important things about the souk is, in terms of the community locally in the centre of Doha, but also the whole community of the city, is the sense of centre.
Yeah.
It really is a focal point, not the only focal point, but a major focal point.
Do we want to create a centre? Do we want to pull people in?
Well, yes, and I think the souk is in a sense a local resource for the city, but it's absolutely something for the whole city. It really does give a sense of a focal point and a sense of centre, and it works. People come here from near and far.
Yeah, I mean, to me as well, I think that creating a community and creating a sense of place and a centre also has the practical aspect, which is people need, people work here. People shop here. People come here just for a regular type of entertainment. So it also, it feeds the city in a way. It feeds the needs of the city.
Absolutely, and it's funny, I mean, using the word food, feed, nutrition, I often use the phrase pulse or bloodstream.
In a way, we're almost tracking down the natural progression or historical progression of Doha going westward, and then revisiting Musharraf and that site as a place.
Absolutely, and on that point of memory and the walking of the path of memory, we're also walking on the path of the ancient wadi.
It's interesting because also the water was one of the essential elements why communities existed or came and gravitated to places. And that's why the original densities, why areas became more dense than others, was availability of water. And especially in a place like this, which is obviously valuable because it's close to the port and just close to the city, to the center, to the heart.
Absolutely.
The water just becomes even more important and vital.
And
I mean, we're coming on to Musharraf
the
now.
old town, and here is the site of Musharraf, what was then the new town. And that relationship between basically the early modernization of Doha is so much part of the story of this place.
Create an attractive city, you've got to make it safe, you've got to make it accessible, and you've got to make the traffic manageable. Because if it's not attractive for you, then you just simply will not live there. You've got a choice. We live in a world today, in this time and era, where people have a choice. They go to the most attractive place.
And in a way, it brings us back to that water analogy. Water finds its own way. When it's allowed to, it will percolate. And we're like that too. We and the way we move through a city, absolutely. This is not a place where one would naturally, easily imagine a family with 3 cars and 5 children and a driver and a big cooking kitchen. But can a place like this, and it's a neighbourhood, this is the old neighbourhood of Al Asmak, come to life with a fully integrated community, including families?
I mean, I really think so. I think there is a potential here.
I think there's a potential here. And just as we pass the door, very modest door, of this actually quite large house. And this is a lovely traditional house, probably built in the 40s, before cement, built in the traditional way. But in there is a substantial courtyard. And, we are in a public street. It's a narrow street with no cars. It would be a safe place to play. And people of your generation are very different from people of your parents' generation. How people enjoy life, what people want to get out of a city, and actually how they want to bring up their children. It's very different in these early 21st century days than it was through the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s. And there is a place for the suburbs, for sure.
Well, of course, I think the essence of it is, like you said, is the buzz. The people want to be, a lot of people want to be close to everything that's happening, to the center of activity. I mean, I think a place like this is just oozing with potential, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a very good example because it's actually a very nice scale of space. It's got a few nice little gems buildings around it, but a lot of less good buildings. But it's a public space full of cars, and it needn't be. To be honest, it could still have some cars in it, but it could be so much improved.
Yeah, it's a place of public cars that could so easily be a place for people.
It's a dream space in our dreams, but I think the dreams could quite easily become a reality.
في هذه الحلقة شاهدنا مدناً عربية تفتقد لحسها الاجتماعي القديم، بعكس المدن العصرية التي أصبحت مرجعاً بكيفية بنائها. لابد أن تشاطر الخبرات والمساحات وحتى الأشياء هو عامل أساسي لضمان الحس الاجتماعي. لكن هل هذه الحلول كافية في المستقبل لمحاربة الانتداب التكنولوجي الداعم للتنقل من مساحة إلى أخرى، وهذا فقط وأنت جالس في المنزل؟